Hey, first-time homebuyers! Rachel Beasley here with That Fit Team. Today, we're going to talk about what is involved in your monthly mortgage payment. I see a lot of people hyper-focused on what the rate is, especially right now here in like mid-2022 where the rates are going up a little bit. But there's a lot involved in a mortgage payment, and I want to kind of break it down for you and go through the different components so that you feel a lot more comfortable when you're ready to get started as a first-time homebuyer. So oftentimes people call me and say, hey, so I'm looking for a house that's in such and such price range. And I'll say, all right, cool. That means you talked to a loan officer, right? And sometimes the answer is no. And it means they just went on a mortgage calculator online. Now you guys, mortgage calculators are awesome, but they don't always give you the full picture and they don't always give you a local full picture. So what do I mean by that? You have your principal and interest, and those are super, super important components of your mortgage payment. But we also have taxes, insurance, and sometimes an HOA or a condo fee. So let's talk about your property taxes. Property taxes are going to be different from city to city here in Hampton Roads. You can have some property tax rates at like $1.25 per 100, all the way down to like 78 cents per 100. And that can make a big difference in your tax rate. So here's an example if you're looking here in Hampton Roads. The city of Portsmouth actually has the highest tax rate here in our area. And there's some areas of Virginia Beach that also have a high tax rate, like touristy areas. And now you could travel over to Poquoson, York County, Isle of Wight County, and you'll find the lowest tax rates in Hampton Roads in those areas. We could talk about that more in person. It's actually something to be aware of because the way your real estate taxes are paid with your escrow along with your mortgage payments can make a difference and can actually make or break a sale. All right, now let's talk insurance. We're gonna switch gears here. Insurance is something that's really awesome because you can shop for an insurance rate. Yay! Now your homeowner's insurance, if you are getting a loan on a home, you have to have homeowner's insurance on that home. Now, also, I will say this, if you pay cash for a house, you should still hold homeowner's insurance in case like something terrible happens and the house burns down. It's there to protect you, but I digress. So your homeowner's insurance is something that you absolutely can shop around for. A lot of people start with who they have their car insurance with, but please shop around with different insurance companies in the area or even out of the area. You might find a really, really good rate or find someone that will want to beat someone else's rate. Now with that insurance rates, you guys, there are some areas of Hampton Roads that are in what we call AE flood zone. And that AE flood zone actually requires flood insurance along with your homeowner's insurance policy. So it's an extra insurance policy that you're required to have and carry if you're getting a mortgage on your home. Now it's there to protect you, but I've seen flood insurance rates go from like $32 a month, which, you know, that's like no big deal, to $400 and $500 more a month on top of your mortgage payment. Now that will make or break a deal 100% because your lender is taking all of this into consideration. You might be able to get a mortgage for a certain amount of money and your monthly payment you feel super comfortable with, but what if you find a house and you fall in love with a home in a flood zone and it requires like a really hefty policy that might actually make that house outside of your price range? So know before you fall in love with a home, or actually have this conversation with your realtor, real estate agent, or hopefully me if you're working with me, so we can talk about those different aspects of this area where we would most likely see flood policies being required. Another component could be if you're looking at a home in a homeowners association or a condo association. So you guys, there's actually some neighborhoods here that have a homeowners association or a condo association that are pretty reasonably priced monthly. So like I actually lived in a neighborhood and it was like only $22 a month for the homeowners association fee monthly. And that's actually really reasonable, but I've seen them get up there in price, like up to the $200 a month. And that is on top of your mortgage payment. And you also have to be able to qualify for that payment, including that extra HOA or condo fee. Also, something to look for is some homeowners associations are condos. So you could be in a condo association along with a homeowners association, and you have two separate monthly payments due to those two associations. And those can be like, sometimes you'll see payments up to like $380 in total or $400 in total, maybe even a little bit higher if you're like in Virginia Beach or some areas of Chesapeake. So that's really something to make sure that you're keeping an eye on when you're looking at homes in homeowner associations. You want to make sure that you're not looking in areas that would be outside of your qualification when you add in the HOA and condo fees. It's kind of important. I've actually had this happen early on in my real estate agent years. This is like my first year as a real estate agent. My buyer fell in love with this place, and it was a beautiful home. And once we found out what those HOA fees were, it actually were a little bit higher than what was being represented on the listing. So not completely my fault, but still a big deal. My buyer wasn't able to buy that house. We had to find something different because she couldn't qualify for the payment, including like a $220 condo fee, which was a really big deal. So just use that as an example. This is certainly something that I learned from my early years as a real estate agent. So you guys, from the top, you want to make sure that you know not just what your rate is and how it affects your mortgage payment, but you want to keep in consideration the taxes, the real estate taxes in the city that you're looking in, the homeowner's insurance, and that's actually something that you can shop with different people once you get under contract. And then you'll also want to be super aware of the fact of whether or not it's in a condo association, homeowner association, and what those fees are and what they cover. So you guys, I hope this was helpful. These are a lot of questions that I get from first-time home buyers. So if you bought like 5 homes, this video wasn't for you. And if you made it this long, good job. I appreciate it. But for my first-time home buyers out there, we'd love to serve you. We actually find a ton of joy in helping people find their first home. It's so much fun. So you guys, I'm Rachel Beasley. You know that by now, but we would love to help you find your next home. Please give us a call, shoot us a comment below. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and we will see you next time. I'm Rachel Beasley with That Fit Team. We are professionals in real estate and passionate about people. Bye guys.